Good health to all from Rexall. From Hollywood, it's the Jimmy Durante Show.
A-dink-a-dee, a-dink-a-doo, a-dink-a-dee. A-dink-a-dee, a-dink-a-doo, a-dink-a-dee.
Yes, 10,000 Rexall drugstores who carry the complete line of top-quality Rexall drug products bring you the Jimmy Durante Show with Peggy Lee, Roy Bargy and his orchestra, the Crew Chiefs Quartet, yours truly, Howard Petrie, and our cuddlesome Casanova, Victor Moore. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Rexall's prescription for a pleasant evening, the one and only Jimmy Durante, in person.
Gotta start off each day with a song. Now even when things go wrong, you feel better, you even look better. If that note bothers you folks, think what it does to me. I'm closer to it. And now for my second number, I'll sing a song dedicated to that lovely lady in the second row. In your Easter bonnet, with all the frills upon it. Don't look now, madam, but one of your frills just laid an egg.
Shcnoz, you must have been sensational in the Easter parade. Don't you get a kick dressing up for Easter, Jim?
Satorly, yes.
Good.
You see, when I was a kid, I wasn't able to. I was the youngest in a family of 12, and I never got anything to wear until the others were through wearing it.
Why, you must have looked pretty funny in those hand-me-downs.
I'll say I looked funny. I had 11 sisters. I was the only kid in the baseball team who had to lift his skirt to slide into second base.
Well, things have changed a good deal since then, Shcnoz. I noticed in the papers that this Easter you were invited to Washington for the annual egg rolling contest on the White House lawn.
Yeah, and what a race it was. I got down on my hands and knees, and I was 50 yards ahead of the field when I was disqualified on a foul.
You were disqualified in the egg rolling contest on a foul?
Yeah, a little kid pointed to my schnoz and said, "That ain't fair. This guy is using a bulldozer."
Well, Jim, how was the big event of the day, the Easter egg hunt? I understand all the presidential candidates participated.
Yeah, you should have seen it, Howard. Everybody was looking in shrubs and bushes except Tom Dewey. He was looking under Truman's doormat.
Dewey was looking under the doormat for Easter eggs?
No, he was trying to find the key to the White House. Durante, you have a nose for news. With enough left over for the Examiner and Times. But later in the afternoon, while sipping a cup of raspberry tea and nibbling on a lady finger, her husband wasn't watching me at the time, I was buttonholed by Secretary Marshall, who said, "Durante, the coal situation is critical. If we don't get 50,000 tons in 3 days, the country faces a crisis." I said, "Mr. Marshall, there's only one solution. Put Dorothy Lamour, Greg Garson, and Esther William at the head of the mine shaft, and every time John L. Lewis comes up to take a look,
yes,
we'll shake all the coal out of his eyebrows." Well, I don't know. I should have left that at home. Just then, the French ambassador, who happened to be eavesdropping through the hole in a French cruller, rushed up, presented me with the Croix de Gare, threw his arms around me, and kissed me on both cheeks.
Oh, Jim, he kissed you on both cheeks?
Stop snickering, Mr. Petrie. You may... Stop snickering, That's one word I begged them to take out. Let me take that again, will you? Huh?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Well, French ambassador threw his arms around me and kissed me on both cheeks.
Jim, he kissed you on both cheeks?
Stop snickering, Mr. Petrie. You may be looking at the next Queen of France. But the digest from the... Excuse me, Howard, there's someone at the door. Come in.
Who will be with you when I'm far away? When I'm far... Let me hear that high note, maestro.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, you can't do that.
Why not? I've been imitating Al Jolson for years. I got a million of them, a million of them.
Now, just a minute, madam.
Everybody wants to get into the act. Who are you?
I'm Jimmy Durante.
1,000 pardons, sir. I didn't recognize your voice.
Couldn't you tell by looking at my nose?
Is that your nose?
Yeah, what about it?
Anything blooming that good ought to be protected by a smudge pot. Well, why don't you say something?
I'd like to, but right now I don't know which one of us is me. If I'm not getting too insequential, tell me. Them are the words I can pronounce. Tell me, who are you?
I'm president of the Pismo Beach League Out Women Voters for Durante Club.
Well, I'm deeply honored. But why did you decide to back me?
Because you're strong, handsome, and virile looking. I said you're strong, handsome, and virile looking.
Who's arguing with you? Wait a minute. This congestion has gone far enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet one of the country's outstanding performers who does a better impersonation of me than I do, Rose Marie.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jimmy.
Well, I'm glad you dropped in, Rose Marie. You know, I heard that Mercury record you made of my song, Chitty Bee, Chitty Bee, Chitty Bee. And believe me, I was thrilled right down to my cuticles.
Well, I heard the record you made of the same song on MGM, Jimmy. And there's just one thing I like about it very, very much.
What's that?
It's breakable.
I'm surrounded by assassins. Look, Rose Marie, let you and I sing that song together right now. We'll make it a duel.
You mean a duet, don't you, Jimmy? A duel is where somebody gets hurt.
You've never sung with me before, have you?
Chitty-bee, 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 chitty-bee.
My job is in jeopardy.
Ya, ya, ya. Chitty-bee, 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 chitty-bee.
I love the classics.
Ya, ya, ya. Someday the world will recognize this crazy thing. I know the day will come when Frank and Bing will sing. Chitty-bee, 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 chitty-bee.
Just like the record.
Ya, ya, ya.
Wait a minute, I sing too. Chitty-bee, 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 chitty-bee.
This guy should be on the radio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What a voice.
Chitty-bee, 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 chitty-bee.
You know Sinatra's gotta go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This kid does a pretty good imitation of me. You know, Jimmy, the other night I was dining at a very classy restaurant. So I orders a pheasant under glass. I had eaten most of the glass and was just about getting down to the pheasant when I noticed a sign that said, "Watch your hat and coat." Well, I watched my hat and coat, and what happened? Somebody stole my pheasant. A catastrophe.
This song will sell 1 million copies, maybe 2.
It's gonna be another Inca-Dinka-Doo. Chitty-bee, 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 chitty-bee.
Take us home.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the finish. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you want to be sure that the product is pure when you ask for drug preparation, buy the Rexall line at the Rexall sign of Rexall identification.
Yes, you can be sure that more than 2,000 different drug products are pure when they bear the name Rexall. For the familiar name Rexall stands for purity, quality, and reliability in a complete line of drug products. It's no wonder that Rexall has won first place in the medicine cabinets of millions of American homes. So, for any and for all of your drug needs, always buy Rexall at Rexall drugstores throughout the nation, where 25% of America buys its drug products.
If you want to be sure that the product is pure when you ask for drug preparation, buy the Rexall line at the Rexall sign of Rexall identification.
Good health to all from Rexall.
Thank you, Howard, for those excruciating sentiments. And now
Mr. Durante, excuse please the intrusion. Allow me to reproduce myself. You would like to know my name? It is August von Krauschwinkel, Herzenflagger, Brustdeckel und Schweinemangen, Kratzwehr, Schießenschlager, Schulz.
how do you like that? I asked for a card and he gives me the whole deck.
You need me, Mr. Durante. I am a voice coach, and I taught a lot of presidential candidates. I even once taught Alfred Landon.
You thought Alfred Landon?
Yeah, I thought he would get elected, but he didn't.
Mr. Schultz, you're so effervescent.
Did you ever see me when I ever wasn't? Oh, that was a good one. But, Mr. Durante, explain to me, please, the technocracy of your voice control.
Well, Mr. Schultz, when I sing, the note fights its way out of the diaphragm, crawls up the asparagus, tiptoes through the larynx, sneaks past the tonsils, and then it escapes out of my mouth like this. Ha!
Hey, that's pretty bad.
Once a note leaves my mouth, I have nothing to do with it.
Ach, du lieber Schweinhund, Dunder und Blitz.
He left out Dummkopf.
Dummkopf.
I knew he'd come back. He gets paid by the word. But now, as a special feature of the Rexall show, I would like to present the star of that great new motion picture.
I remember Mama.
You're the star of I Remember Mama?
How can I forget her? I'm still wearing her slacks.
Why, it's Victor Moore. Victor, how's my little one-man's family tonight?
Jimmy, at last it happened to me. I've got the strangest feeling.
You have?
Yeah, I want to run barefoot through fields of pussy willows.
Why, the man's in love. But tell me, who is this person you're smitten with?
Well, she's a girl.
Victor, you couldn't have made a better choice. It must be Netta.
Well, after all, there comes a time in every boy's life when his scoutmaster becomes unimportant.
Yeah, very true. But strictly entre nous, ain't you a little mature for romantic escapades?
Look, when you've been on the bench as long as I have and you get a chance to get into the game, you don't ask any questions. You just pick up a bat and start swinging.
My boy's another Babe Ruth, the king of squat. But I'd like to know all about her, Victor. What's your girl like?
Well, can you picture the stars shimmering down on the blue Pacific as the moonbeams play on the billowy waves?
Yes.
Put a sweater on it, and that's her.
Sounds like an interesting coastline.
Yeah, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. Why, I've waited for years for my dreamboat.
Well, take my advice, Victor. Don't wait any longer. Your pier is liable to collapse. But if I were you, I wouldn't take this romantic fol-de-rol too seriously.
I can't help it, Jimmy. It's just that I'm such a realist about everything. Even about the movies. When I went to see April Showers, I wore a raincoat. When I went to see Sleep, My Love, I wore a nightcap. But now I'm really worried.
Why?
Tonight I'm going to see the Naked City.
Don't worry about it, Victor. If they have shorts on the bill, maybe you can borrow a pair. But speaking of pictures, here comes one that I'd stay to see twice. It's Peggy Lee.
In person?
Snuggle in, Peggy.
Hi, Jimmy. And how are you? Lover lips.
It gets around.
Hey, Jimmy, what's happened to our boy tonight? He looks so spick and span.
He'd even look more spick if he didn't have so much span. But let us congratulate you, Peggy. I saw your picture in Life magazine this week.
Well, thanks, Jimmy, and I noticed that your picture was in there, too.
Yeah, I sat home all night just opening and closing the pages.
Well, why did you do that?
You're on page 16 and I'm on page 17. Every time I close the magazine, our lips meet.
Well, Victor, have you ever been in life?
No, they claim there isn't enough life in Victor.
Well, Peggy, the magazine said your record of Mañana was the top seller in the country. Well, don't you sing it for us right now?
All right, Jimmy. I'll sing it for you now.
Here's a 60-second story from the Rexall Laboratory.
That popular cliche, it's not the heat, it's the humidity, is nowhere more true than in the manufacture of certain drug products. Unless they are compounded in an extremely dry atmosphere, effervescent salts and aspirin tablets, for instance, will decompose. That's why the Rexall Laboratory maintains air-conditioned rooms. Rooms where the humidity is scientifically controlled and kept below 30% at 78 degrees. Even the cotton in the bottles in which these drug products are packed are dried in ovens to make sure that no moisture can touch them. This is typical of the painstaking care and precision which goes into the manufacture of all Rexall products. And it's one more reason why you can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall.
So for any and for all of your household drug needs, always buy Rexall at Rexall drugstores everywhere.
If you want to be sure that the product is pure when you ask for a drug preparation, buy the Rexall line at the Rexall sign of Rexall identification.
Good health to all from Rexall.
You know, Victor, Peggy Lee's popularity with the youth of the country has filled me with insulation.
What are you driving at, Shcnoz?
Who's the backbone of the country? The youth. And who can make Durante the vice president? The youth. And where do you find the youth of the country? In the colleges. Victor, we're going to tour the colleges and find out how Durante stands.
Gosh, Jimmy, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I'll never forget my college days. I used to play squash on the football team.
You played squash on the football team?
Yeah, every time I fell on the ball, I squashed it.
Those good old school days. When I went to school, I remember I used to room with a red-headed kid named Charlie. Boy, was he a show-off.
That must have been quite a while ago.
Yeah. Charlie's married now and has 12 kids. Once a show-off, always a show-off.
Well, Jimmy, I'm all ready to go. Let's get with it.
Okay, Peggy, round up the gang. We're off to find out how Durante stands with the youth of the nation. Any state in the 48 is great.
The 48 is great, and any state is the reason we should celebrate.
We ought to celebrate, and if you want knowledge, then pick out your college from USC to Boo-la-Boo.
For education, we got a nation.
As for me, I want a finishing school.
We pull a string and away we rip.
Well, gang, we're off on our magic carpet again.
Yeah, it's wonderful, Jimmy.
Say, what kind of a carpet is this, anyway?
Well, you see, it's really an oriental rug.
Kayo sa tahunggay, chop choy kwan yen sila hong boy Pilipantin.
Who is that?
Ling Poo, he won't get off the rug till I make all my payments. Any state in the 48 is great.
Here's our first stop, fellows.
There's a lone star in the sky. I have an idea where we are.
Welcome to Texas A&M,
where the students have a way with them.
There's a special campus for riding and roping.
They see us coming, Jimmy.
The door is wide open.
You're invited to stay and
even spend the day and
see Texas A&M.
Well, there she is, Jimmy. Go on down, and remember, the eyes of Texas are upon you.
What country does Texas is, Victor? Don't you love it?
Well, I'm a little nervous, Jimmy. Last time I was in Texas, I entertained a bunch of cowboys. I sang, "Oh, bury me not on the lone prairie." You know something? I had a tough time convincing them not to.
Well, let's get busy with our survey. Here's a little co-ed right here.
Oh, pardon me, my little prairie flower. What do the college students think of Durante's chances?
Well, I don't rightly know. Tell me, Mr. Durante, do you understand the problems of women?
Indubitably, miss. Why, I'm the one responsible for the old saying, a woman is just like a cassava melon.
A woman is like a cassava melon? What does that mean?
I knew she'd ask that. My one chance to act intelligent, she gums up the works.
It's my boy who said that. But tell me, miss, do you think the students here at Texas A&M will vote for Durante?
Well, Mr. Durante, I don't think you're a real Texan.
Well, tan my hide. Get along, little doggedy yippity ki-ho, and other Western expressions. Why, I'm right from the Panhandle.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe I'm from the Panhandle? Why not?
Well, I never saw a pan with a handle like that before.
We'd better consider Texas as doubtful, Jimmy.
Yeah, let's go. Any state in the 48 is great. Say, where are we now, Peggy?
Well, all I can tell you is if you have a Yale key, throw it away.
Why?
We're in Harvard, Massachusetts.
Where the educated few sits. If you're not in the social registry
And haven't got a pedigree.
Then they won't even let you in the foyer.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Harvard.
Well, there it is, Jimmy. Go on down and see how you rate at Harvard.
Gosh, Victor, this place is a muck with culture. You better watch your step if you want to make an impression here.
Hey, don't frighten me, Jimmy. Why, when I went to college, I was voted the student most likely to.
Most likely to what?
I don't know. I was expelled before I could find out. Say, here comes an important-looking man.
How do you do, sir? My name is Jimmy Durante.
Well, how do you do?
Why, it's my old friend, Mr. Ripple. What are you studying at Harvard?
Nothing. They're studying me.
Well, we're checking on Jimmy Durante's popularity with the students.
Yeah, and we wanted to talk to one of the students.
Well, my little boy here is the youngest child prodigy at Harvard. Say hello to Mr. Durante, Trickle.
If this kid had a revolving head, he'd make a great sprinkler system. Tell me, Sonny, what are my chances of getting the votes of the students around here?
Well, have you ever heard of a lame duck candidate?
You mean I'm a lame duck?
Mister, you're a cook girl. Me too.
Let's be off, Victor. Any state in the 48 is great.
Hey, Jimmy, there's a campus and a lot of girls.
It can't be, Victor.
Lower your voices, men.
Why?
You're in dangerous territory. Lift up your glass to Vassar,
the pride of the Empire State.
if you want to be a real razzle-dazzle.
Then go to Vassar.
To matriculate.
Don't be an old fuddy-duddy.
Get hip
Go to Vassar.
and study.
Vassar College for Girls.
There's Vassar, Jimmy. Now you watch out for those girls.
How do you like that, Victor? Everywhere you look, nothing but females.
Yeah, ain't it fun? Let's start our survey with this one here. How do you do, miss?
Relax, boys. It's Hot Breath Houlihan.
Please, you're melting the chocolate on my Easter egg. But, Hot Brett, what are you doing here at Vassar?
I'm studying anatomy, the advanced course.
Well, you sure well equipped for the subject. Vicky, you better get a license. You're a gay dog tonight.
Well, what can I do for you, Muscles?
Well, I'm running for office, and I want to find out how I stand with the student voters. Do you know anything about politics?
Do I? Why, I'm responsible for Alabama having the kissing governor.
You're responsible for Alabama's kissing governor?
Yeah. He had one date with me, and since then he hasn't been able to unpucker.
Yeah, I think I know how that boy feels.
Well, what do you say, Hot Brett? Are the students behind me?
You can count on me, big boy. Not only will I vote for you, I'd like to marry you.
That's impossible. My grandfather married my grandmother, and my father married my mother.
What about it?
Why should I marry a stranger? Let's go, Victor. And the state in the 48 is great.
Well, Jimmy, you finished the tour of the colleges, and all the students are for you.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have the college students for me. And now there's only one little thing that bothers me.
What's that?
None of them are old enough to vote.
You can travel north, south, east, or west.
No matter where you are, Durante meets the test.
It's great.
Wonderful!
Marvelous!
Stupendous!
Any state in the 48 is great. Good health to all from Rexall. We hope you're feeling fine. So always call for Rexall where you see the Rexall sign.
Remember, 25% of America buys its drug needs in Rexall drugstores. Rexall is that large and respected family of more than 2,000 different drug products. You can depend on any drug product that bears the name Rexall. Available in Rexall drugstores everywhere.
Touche, Howard, and I'd like to add, I do my shopping at a Rexall store, buying Rexall drugs and furthermore. Umbriago, he prefers them too. We buy Rexall, that's all. How do you do?
Well, Rexall for tonight, folks, from Victor Moore, Peggy Lee, Roy Bargy, the crew chief's quartet, and yours truly, Howard Petrie,
And Jimmy Durante in person, who says, thanks, Rosemary, for coming over. I'll see you at Slapsy Maxie's tonight. Next week's folks, our guest is going to be the glamorous Dorothy Lamour.
Ladies and gentlemen, this country is building the largest, best-trained, all-volunteer peacetime Army and Air Force in its history. Our Army and Air Force will constitute two of the greatest scientific research organizations in the world, which will safeguard our national security as well as contribute to better peacetime living. To reach and maintain the authorized strength, the Army and Air Force need a total of 1,000 recruits a day. With the celebration of Army Day coming on April 6th, there is a vastly increased interest in joining up. Your nearest recruiting office will give you all.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.